since the release in 2015, Netflix's The Last Kingdom series has grown in popularity over the years. As the epic battles and the heroic deeds commenced, fans were thrilled to see what is coming up next. However, today we're gonna take a look at some improvised moments of the series you thought were real. Enjoy! Character improvisation. The series has been recently renewed for a 5th season, which will also be the last of the show, released by the end of 2021, which also means that one of the characters, Aethelstan, who is played by Adrian Schiller, is primed to continue on in the show and keep on scheming to ensure his grandson ends up on the throne of England. Being introduced in Season 3, Schiller had some interesting moments while filming, as well as some fun behind the scenes. When asked about which scenes were the most difficult for him to film during the 4th season of the show, he said that the answer to that question lies in the scenes where he was locked up after Breda and Sigtrygr took Winchester. He likes those scenes because he really liked working with Emily, who's a fantastic actor, he said. He also added that from more of an acting point of view, they were also the most challenging, despite those scenes not having that much dialogue. The more difficult scenes for Adrian proved to be the big scenes where a lot of people were talking or everyone's around the dinner table. For him, the most difficult scene to film was the big scene he did with the Ealdorman in Mercia, where both he and the crew had to improvise during the dinner table scene, and for various reasons. One of the reasons was that his baby wasn't very well, so he had to go back to London in the middle of it all. Thus, the show had to do a little improvisation on the side, filming some of the scenes without him being there, and then some of it with him, Schiller, present. However, despite this, we're more than sure that you didn't notice it all, right? That's just the work of the editors being done to the point. When everything is taken into consideration, we're all witnesses of just how well an experienced crew can do the right thing for a show, taking the character and filming of the series to another level, doing the improvisation side of things to perfection, thanks to them being quick on their feet.
Tell me, you're far too young and too noble looking to be a servant to her, so...
Audition Improvisation. Adrian Schiller was not shy to tell the public of how he even managed to get the role of Aethelstan in the first place, and just how well the show managed to make their improvisation work. With us getting the final result of it all, one well-defined series we all love to watch. According to Schiller, he thinks that getting the role in the way he got, it speaks a lot about all the long-running shows like The Last Kingdom, which can also be defined as experimental. Why? Well, as he said it, he didn't actually audition for the role, but instead, the show has told him that they're bringing a new character to the series, which would suit him very well, and was asked if he wants to do it or not. And at the start, his casting was supposed to be for 2 or 3 episodes, but by the end of it all, the show decided to try things out and decided to leave the character open for future scenes. Thus, we can see a pattern some of the big series tend to follow, making the most out of improvisation on the spot, introducing a new character to the show, and if they like it, they let him stay. Nothing is planned to that point, and the script is just written as the character turns more and more heads and develops along the way.
In fact, he might wish that you quit Mercia altogether.
Improvisation on set. Now, next we have the thing we love the most, and why we're all here, the improvisation we all can hear and see happening on the set, with us catching the essence of it on the small screens. One of the things that one actor learns is that sometimes when you're playing your character on set, you have a bit of dialogue or something, and sometimes it doesn't feel quite right, or it needs a little something. But oftentimes when the actors don't really like whatever that little thing is, that's just the bit that they all try to solve on the go. And the characters who manage to do this, the whole thing just works.
Your families! He killed and buried the messenger that Edward sent, alerting us to the trouble.
Generally speaking, the writers will often give the actors some uncomfortable stuff or something difficult, which is for a reason, and if you find what the reason is, the actor himself will do a much better job with the script than any other person at that scene. Because after all, the actors in most cases will do a better job at the improvisation side of things than the writers. The actors are now writers, and even if they are, that's not their job in the particular space. Whenever the script seems like being too rough, too straightforward, or not to their particular skill set, the actors will often kind of soften the script, or that is what the Last Kingdom cast was able to do, and some of the crew even praise them for it, thinking fast on the spot, bringing the whole dialogue, the entire scene like it was supposed to be done right from the start.
And we tell him what kind of a man he trusted.
So we fight for peace, Lord?
Again?
However, if you want to see for yourself these kind of improvisation moments, check out the series and keep an eye on the vocabulary decrease from the actors, the hesitations and the hums, people touching their face. This is the time when they're at their stressful time, when they're doing a scene in which they manage to improvise a thing or two. And at the end of it all, Schiller also added that a little bit of improvisation is okay, but it's better not to, because if you manage to do what the writers gave you in the first place, chances are it's gonna go better than anything you come up with on the day. Meaning that not everything the actors think of in the heat of the moment will have a long-lasting stamp on the series, when compared to the hours invested by the writers for that particular part of the script. The Last Kingdom TV show is on the more serious side of things. It's all about history and how things worked back in the day. Thus, what this all means is that what couple of writers and 3 or 4 executive producers have thought the script through and through, and if the actor starts changing bits and pieces through improvisation, then the whole thing will be changing weeks of work the people behind the scenes did. Thus, many of the scenes in which the actors wanted to express themselves and tried to make something work on their terms, oftentimes the scenes they were shooting with the actors thinking that a particular bit was a good idea, the scene never even made it to the edit. Writer's side of things. In an interview with one of the writers of the series, Stephen Butchard added that he loved working on the TV show and that one of the favorite scripts he written were about the character of Uhtred and the character of Alfred, but also the scenes with Uhtred and Bjorka together, some of his favorite scenes. He also added that all of the actors were an exceptional bunch to work with, and even though it might seem like the whole story is standing in one place, that's just the way it was meant to be. He even said that the whole casting group on the series did not have much to improvise, as the series' genre is the way it is, but mostly because of the script, how it was written, and predetermined from the start until the end of 5th season, coming up later this year.
Did you think I would forget you?
Stop this, it's over.
On a related note, tell us down in the comments below which of these improvisations caught your eye the most, and what are your thoughts on the series as a whole, and also don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon if you'd like to see more videos like this in the future. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.